given everything that's been going on in the news, everywhere you turn, people are talking about law enforcement. That is the SRO program, right?
Well, it's interesting that you say that. So there is an SRO program, but there's also school police departments. Like from the knowledge that I have of the Oakland school police, they had a school police department, not an SRO program. So SRO programs it's a program that's they go out for outside teaching, and what happens is it's usually for rural towns like sheriff's departments or even like Minneapolis. What they'll do is they will take traditional law enforcement and then they will insert them into a school, and then they're a school resource officer. And I think that's a lot of the reason why maybe those were disbanded, because they didn't want the traditional mindset versus a school police department. School police department like ours, we have canines, we have detectives, we have motor unit, we have victim advocate, we have emergency management. We're a full-fledged police department, just like Clark County School District Police Department. They're 24/7 and they have everything that we have, but much, much more, because they're huge. One of the biggest school districts. So there is a difference between a school police department and an SRO program in that.
So a city like Portland, where we had the SRO program, that's somebody that's still working for Portland PD, but they're attached and assigned specifically to work with the school.
They're usually going to be working for a municipal or most likely a sheriff's department. And then again, they insert them into the school to be a part of that program.
I guess I'm asking from a broader perspective, do you think that the program's been successful in cities where it's worked? Have there been studies on it?
I don't know about that. So there's the NASRO, the National School Resource Officers Organization. They put out a really, really thick booklet. You can find it online. I could probably find it for you and provide a link. And it shows the definite impact that it has had, because the officers, a lot of the times these kids will reach out to the officer before they will to the counselor or to somebody that works in the school, because they trust the officer. Okay. These officers, I'm not kidding you, the campus officers, they know who's dating whose parents are divorced, grades, who gets along with who. A lot of the times there will be issues in the community, and then a municipal officer will come in, or a sheriff's department officer will come in, and they'll say, hey, do you know these people? And our officers know them right out of the gate. So just in working with them inside the school, I would say just seeing the relationships, like it was brought up about defunding and what happened. And it wasn't that anybody in our area was looking to it, but a lot of the kids stepped up and said, there's no way, we love our officers, don't even think about this. They got more support from the kids than anything. There was also a governor's task force here, and a lot of the kids stepped up and came in and just said how amazing the officers were, what a staple they were. Like they had a graduation here, and one of our officers, because of the whole COVID issue, they didn't think that they were going to get to see him. So they actually made a cardboard cutout of him so that they could have a picture with their officer. That's how impactful that these guys feel about these guys. So they really, in that aspect, our officers are really, the municipal guys are taking a beating right now because they feel like they're not wanted. But on the flip side, our school officers are being, touted and loved.
And it sounds very much like a necessary program.
100%. One of the things, like, I'll tell you right now, traditional law enforcement in our area does not necessarily know how to deal with threats or, let's just say there could be a gun call at a school. Mm-hmm. Traditional law enforcement is going to come in with, SWAT vehicles and, lock down buildings and go in guns ablazing. And I try to tell them, because I'll have these guys, hey, my kid goes to that school, what's going on there? And I'm telling them, it's okay. We got this. Mm-hmm. Try to tell them that we're dealing with it, because we deal with it a lot. We get a lot of calls. Doesn't necessarily mean they pan out, right? Sometimes it's just someone hurt. Sometimes it's a fake gun. Sometimes it's an airsoft weapon. Sometimes it's a real gun, right? But how we deal with that, because we deal with that, we're very successful. And going back to that is our campus officers, more times than not, will get, if you will, a confidential informant that will come in and say, hey, Joey's got a gun. So-and-so said he's going to shoot up. And we have a protocol on how we deal with that. And we put a lot of things in place to be very successful. Whenever anyone makes a threat of any kind, we investigate it, and we make sure that the parents know, we make sure that the schools know, we put counselors involved, because who knows if somebody would have stepped in for Adam Lanza at that time, would that have changed the outcome of that? I don't know, but we're trying to stop future tragedy.
Yeah, before it's too late. All right. Well, thanks, my friend. Stay safe.
See ya.
Take care.
Yep. All right.